Hi guys, it's Charlie. So originally last video I said I was going to film both the Tavistock and adult gender clinic video in the same day and then I'd post them the same day, but I kind of ran out of time and also I only filmed half of the adult clinic and it was with all that shitty lighting, but I got my sexy lamp back now, so I just thought let's scrap the whole thing and like start over. I'm so out of breath. So I was referred from Tavistock to the Northhamptonshire clinic in I don't know, about 10 months ago. So there should have been about a 9-month waiting list. I think I kind of, yeah, it might have been a bit less than 10 months because I think I managed to get in for a cancellation a bit earlier. But it was supposed to be like about a 9-month waiting list. The waiting times are only those sort of times if you are, sorry, I'm fucking around my lamp, if you do get referred from Tavistock, so they will be different if you're going straight to an adult clinic. They'll be a bit longer. But yeah, so I went recently for my first appointment and it was like brilliant. So having been at Tavistock and I was there for like a few years, I think I really had my hopes down about how fast this would all go. Like, I don't know, I think I was thinking like 9 months at the adult clinic before I got tea. No, not at all. Like, he asked me about my dysphoria, which I'll go back into later, but he diagnosed me with gender dysphoria and he said that my referral from Tavistock counted as my second diagnosis. So next time I go, I'm going to get my prescription for testosterone already. So I'm really excited for that. I haven't got a date yet, but I think it should be in April, because they kind of let slip that it might be, but you know, things change, so I'm not really sure yet, but I will keep you guys updated if I know any more about that. But yeah, there's a few things I need to bring with me, which I actually have here in case anyone's curious. So next session, I need to bring with me, these are the things they gave me. So I need to bring with me my deed poll. Not everyone will need to bring this. I changed my name via deed poll, which, if you don't know, that's like the English system where you can just like write your own. It's like completely free. If anyone wants me to do a video about the deed poll, I might do that as well, because it's completely free. You just write your own and you get your name changed. So I had to write my deed poll. It hadn't changed in their system yet, so I need to bring that, but not everyone will. Only if you've changed your name and they don't have it. You just need to bring the documents. They gave me this kind of sheet of helpful documents. It's a helpful document and guidance sheet. It's just got online resources, it's got like tons of different things. I'll put all the links that they've given me here below, but they're actually really good. They've got like the Equality Act 2010 and at the like legislation.gov.uk, so that's the actual kind of act for protecting your rights and stuff. Got the transgender policy guide for employers, like all these different this is your legal stuff basically. This side is like, you can't get fired if you're like on testosterone. They suddenly start noticing you're trans. Like I'm assuming if you're not out or something, they can't be like, oh well, because you're like, bitch, my rights, son. Yeah. So that's all that. Other side is like websites for, I think, if you're just having a bit of a struggle, because you've got like GLAAD, which I've heard of. I actually don't know what it is. Sorry, but Press for Change, the Transgender Zone, like LGBT Foundation, Mermaids, got all of this. I'll put all these links down below, but I think it's just like a ton of helpful stuff for what you need to know, what you might need to know. Here's more copies of my deed poll. I thought I'd get a ton in case I lost one. Right, so the other two things they give you, one of them is a consent form for the testosterone. So it's all of this stuff that they want you to know what you're going to get. So first of all, it says at the top what's happening, so that you're getting testosterone, and then there's the hormone treatment. So that's because before you can get testosterone, obviously you need to stop your flow of estrogen, otherwise you have both hormones, then it's like your body doesn't like that, can't handle it. So you've got first for testosterone, then you've got for the androgens, which is the hormone blockers, and then the side effects of the hormone blockers, and the testosterone, and then they've got all these things. So I think I knew most of these. I have to say, it says some breast shrinkage, which I've actually like seen people talk about it on like different LGBT forums, and they've been like, no, it doesn't, like, it doesn't make it, it's just because your body's bigger, like, it won't shrink that at all. Like, yeah, it says here it will, it can anyway. So I didn't actually know that, because there's quite a lot of fake stuff out there that people have said that it doesn't, but obviously that's great. That gives me more of a chance of getting periareola, so happy with that. Like oiliness, yeah, well, I think I knew most of these, but I will also put what they said on the link down below, because it might be helpful. So some of the side effects of the hormone blockers I actually didn't know about. So it says physical impacts are decreased fertility, breast shrinkage, and decreased libido, which I did know about, but the medical side effects possibly can be 30% reduction in strength, 20 to 30% fatigue, loss of drive and motivation, injection site risk, or pain, hematoma, or infections. I'll keep you guys updated when I'm actually on all this, letting you know if I got all of these side effects or any of these side effects, you know, like. And then, yeah, just says all these, like, I give my consent to these things, sign it, name, date, birth, all this, like. And then you have to bring that with you and give it back. And then you also get a physical examination consent form. So the next one I go to, they're just going to do some tests. I'll have done my blood tests already, which they'll then get sent through, but these are just for them to like literally physically examine me there. I need to bring all those with me, plus they want me to write a short autobiography about my dysphoria and my life so far as being trans. I don't really know why. I think it's like my confirmation of my gender dysphoria. Like, they've got their diagnosis, Tavistock diagnosis, and then they've got my autobiographies in case anyone else is like, but are you sure? They can be like, yes, look, this is what he said. And I'll be like, oh yes, dysphoria. I don't know. I think it's just a safety procedure or whatever. But yeah, the questions I got, that is one of the things that was a little bit more iffy. So my doctor was very blunt, which I appreciate, he kind of has to be as a doctor, but I feel like there were nicer ways of saying things. So if you kind of, I don't think you can stop them from saying this stuff, but I will let you know now, kind of as a trigger warning, it's probably going to happen. So at least you're a little bit prepared, because I was so taken aback. I had no preparation at all. I was like, wow. Because trigger warning, I'm going to be talking about some sensitive things to do with the body, and also some sensitive things to do with possible mental health issues. So if you know where I'm going with that and you feel uncomfortable with terms to do with that, especially quite in-depth terms, maybe either skip through or like, I don't know, I'll put up on the screen where it ends, like the time, so you can skip through to there, or you can go off the video, I don't know. But yeah, so I went and he was kind of asking, I don't know, so first of all he was like, how do you feel about your breasts? And that's fine, that's the medical side. I was a bit like, oh, you know, awful, whatever. I was like, yeah, bad. He was like, I don't know, and like, how do you feel about your vagina? I was like, so be prepared for stuff like that. It's kind of, it's grim, but it's gotta happen. They need to know, so. But then he asked about stuff that was in my referral. So he turns to me, he's like, so, you used to slit your wrists? And I was like, oh lord, like, give me a moment, son. Oh my god. I was like, yes. Gross, I don't want to talk about it. But like, it's such a weird way to phrase it, because that's not even what it would have said in the referral, because I read my referral before I went through, and that's definitely not what it said. So that was a really grim way of putting it. Wasn't too happy with it. It happens. Like, I'm not gonna make a complaint or anything. Like, give me my testosterone, bitches. I don't know. But yeah, and then he was like, I don't know. He didn't ask things in a very nice way. I think you could see I was uncomfortable as well, because I was like, but yeah, just warnings for that. If you've had any of those experiences and you think it's in your referral, he might, or she might, ask in a not nice way possibly, so maybe be prepared for that. What else was there? Oh yeah, and he seemed really interested in like how masculine I was as a child, which I found kind of interesting, because I actually wasn't a very masculine child. I realised I was kind of uncomfortable when I hit puberty. Like, I was cool, and then it was like, body changes, and then I was like, no. But he was like, so as a really young child, did you want to play with the boys? Like, do you want to play sport? Were you super masculine? I was like, no, not really. But I think he kind of had to check it off in order to let me get tea. So he was like, oh, but you kind of were then. I was like, I guess. In certain aspects, he was like, great. So, I don't know, that was a bit weird. I don't know. I wasn't like a massively feminine child. I was pretty much in the middle. Like, I didn't have dolls, but I had a monster truck, but it was bright pink. So I don't really know. But I thought that was a bit strange. I was surprised he asked that. And like, especially because I grew up with my sister, I think just what she wore, I got hand-me-downs, I wore her dresses, like, she did her hair, I did my hair the same, she put on makeup, I was like, oh, yeah. So I think I just followed along my sister's footsteps. But yeah, he seemed really interested in how I was as a child, which I didn't think he would be, but I think he just has to check it off. So he checked all these things off, and then, I don't know, I feel like I would have liked to ask more questions, because since then I've been emailing them, like, what about this, like, not in an annoying way, I just wasn't sure, because I'm currently on, like, anti-estrogen, like pro-estrogen birth controls or whatever, to, stop Shark Week, you know, monthly hell. Because it makes me really uncomfortable, but I wasn't sure if I have to come off that before I get testosterone, so I was like emailing them, they were like, you'll find out soon, and I was like, that's super vague, thanks. But yeah, it was really short. I think it's because he was running really late, but he was just like, alright. He was like, you bind? I was like, yeah. He was like, you pack? I was like, yeah. He was like, alright, cool, you're trans. But yeah, I don't know, I think I'll probably find out more next session. I've only been for one session, that was pretty much everything that happened. But if you have any questions about it, you can leave a comment down below, or like hit me up on social media, feel free to ask me on there. I'll put my Sarahah? I can't fucking pronounce it. That like anonymous thing. If you don't want to ask your questions like with your face, hit me up anonymously. Anonymously. That's also fine. I understand sometimes it's a bit scary to ask questions like when they know it's you. I'll put that in my Instagram somewhere, but it's currently private. I do just accept all requests. It's just because I don't want like my family or friends really following me, because it's like trans stuff is private sometimes. Like, I'm talking about my body. They don't need to know. But I do actually think that's everything, but I'll make another video after my second appointment there, which should be in about a month. Hopefully, please Lord. And I might make a video after Friday about blood, maybe, because I'm having my blood test next Friday. Had them already, but my fucking GP shit, and they did them wrong. So I got a phone call from the Northhamptonshire GIC being like, hey, why have you sent us nothing that we need? I was like, so like, why don't we send you what you need and then you can get them to do it? I was like, cool, good shit. But yeah, so I got my blood test on Friday. Hopefully my appointment's in about a month. And I think that's kind of it for update on my life. Next appointment mainly I think I'm going to be asking about top surgery, because obviously I'll have the referral for, I'll have the prescription for testosterone, so that'll be done and dusted. So that's when I'm going to start being like, so, the surg, you know. So I'll let you know how all that goes, how referral for top surgery works when I know. And if you have any questions, hit me up, I'll put everything in the description. Thanks for watching, guys.